WEZL, Darius. Got nothing? I doubt it. By the way, he's coming to town.
He lives here.
Well, I mean, he's going to come here to work in November. He's going to do his very first Darius Country Music, I'm a Country Music Superstar show.
Yeah. He never asked to be a country superstar.
I know he didn't, but he is.
November the 12th.
At the Coliseum. It's going to be a big deal.
Ooh,
You think he'll take his tour bus from his house to the Coliseum, or will he just drive over there in that pickup?
Funny. That would be funny. That would be good to see what he did, what he would take.
I don't know, because what I hear is the way that thing works, they'll bring his tour bus in when he's on the road all weekend or all week with Brad Paisley or somebody, and he comes back in here on Sunday night, Monday morning. Mm-hmm. The bus will come down the road toward his house down here and just lets him off at the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
You think I'm kidding?
No, I know.
They do not do that.
Because they don't want to drive that big old thing into the neighborhood and
It's tough to get it turned
and
around.
turn it around and wake everybody up and make all that noise. So he gets off at the Piggly Wiggly and walks over to the house.
He walks to the house.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's that kind of guy. So I don't know that. You know, you think the tour bus might pick him up at the Piggly Wiggly and take him down 526?
I guarantee you the tour bus will be at the venue.
Sure it will.
He's got to have some place to hang. He ain't going to hang backstage all the time. You know that.
Well, he had his new tour bus over at the Hootie show.
Oh, did he?
So I know
Okay.
it'll be present. I just wonder, will he get in it at the Pig and drive across the Ravenel over to the Coliseum?
I'd say so.
Like he's coming in from
I'd say so.
wherever.
And he'll
should
probably
do
put
that.
kids in there with him.
He may even take a nap between there and the Coliseum.
Yeah, especially if he goes at 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Because he could, sit there in traffic around Rivers Avenue for an hour and a half.
Sure.
But I'm sure he'll let his kids ride with him. I mean, that'd be a big deal for them, wouldn't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to be cool for him to be able to go to work from his house.
Yep. And then going back home when it's over.
Yeah, I'm going to head on to the house, y'all.
That's right.
Nah, y'all on your own tonight. I'm going to the house.
Yeah.
That would be great. But it'll be a great show. Thompson Square, Justin Moore on the show as well.
Yeah.
Want to go backstage and hang with him? You can go to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/1035WEZL. If you like the page, you're in the running. It's
Simple as that.
It's that simple. We were just talking about this Hurricane Katya that's way out there in the middle of the ocean. They say, and if you read the postings on Facebook and Twitter, the weather guys are saying Katya is going to be a
big
monster storm. Could be a monster storm. But what they're not telling you is that most of the models, I think at this stage of the game, have that thing going over back around, I don't know, Portugal or somewhere.
It does have
That's not near Allendale, is it?
No, it's not. This is way this side of Allendale.
Okay.
But at this moment, they have it curving back out into the ocean, so it will be of no impact on us whatsoever.
Well, they're still keeping an eye on it, though.
But they're going to watch it. They're going to watch it. But you were talking about how you just are tired of hurricanes?
Well, it's when I was 14, you knew that you were going to get out of school, and there was a level of excitement that went with the possibility of a hurricane. And I've noticed that in Bradley as well. Like, we might get a hurricane. And then at 37, I went, this would really suck. There's no excitement about a hurricane.
At all.
It's miserable.
So
you lose power. You can't cook. It's horrible.
You just wish they'd stop having them?
Well, that would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't stop that. Bill Gates is trying, but other than that, you can't stop hurricanes. I'm just hope we don't get one. And I feel bad, I feel guilty when I hear it's going to go to the Outer Banks. I'm like, ooh, better them than us.
Well, you can always move. You can move somewhere where they don't have hurricanes.
There's natural disasters anywhere you go.
They say
I'd definitely rather have a hurricane than, say, a tornado where you have 20 seconds to react. At least now I know, all right, this is going to hit us a week from Tuesday.
Well, so you don't want to live on the southeast coast, the Atlantic coast, or the Gulf Coast.
You don't want to live in the Midwest.
Don't want to live in the Midwest. So we're narrowing down your possibilities. Now, they say Hawaii, if you want the least chance of being negatively impacted by the weather, Hawaii is the place to live.
They have volcanoes, right?
Well, yeah, but yeah. I mean, it's not
That's
like
another one of those things where you don't have a lot of time to react.
Oh, you got plenty of time.
Faster
They
than that
tell you.
lava.
They tell you a week out. That thing's rumbling.
But then what do? You
get on a plane and you leave. Or you get on a boat and you leave, just like you do here when they got a week out and it says, we got a hurricane coming next week.
Yeah, but you can judge how bad the hurricane's going to be as it gets closer.
I'm just going to assume anytime the top comes off a mountain and hot stuff starts spewing out of it, it's going to be bad. I don't
That's
think
what I'm saying.
I don't think there's a degree of, well, this might not be a bad one. I mean, this is going to be bad.
You know, Cat 1, chances are I'm going to ride it out.
Yeah.
Cat 2, I'll have to see at what level of a Cat 2 it is. Cat 3, I'm out.
Well, I've got a couple of places staked out, and they're in the Rockies. Because I've been watching those TV shows about the world ending next year, with all the earthquakes and how the Pacific Ocean is going to come in, and so the beach will be somewhere around Grand Junction, Colorado. And on the East Coast, it'll come in, and it'll be right over next to the Mississippi River. This whole area will be underwater anyway.
Okay.
Except for that stretch along the Appalachian Mountains, you'll be able to live up in there some.
Right.
But you won't be able to get any food or anything.
What are you reading?
No, I'm just watching all these shows on the end of the world next year.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
But I've about got it figured out. There's only a couple of places in the country you want to live, and I got a house near one of them. So if you want to rent a space from me, to put all your DJ equipment and stuff.
Well, they're going to need a place to have weddings.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, and the world's rebuilding itself, there are people going to get married and have babies and need weddings and music and photo booths.
I
and
can do that from anywhere.
slushy machines.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying I don't want Katia, any part of Katia.
You don't have to worry about it. I don't think you have to worry about it. According to the spaghetti model, it's going that way.
Well, they are watching another development down in the Gulf. Those generally aren't as bad, right? The ones that develop and could affect us, they don't have time to get
Well, it depends on
intense.
how
What was that one that formed off the coast here?
Gaston.
Yeah, Gaston. I mean, that screwed us up pretty good, didn't it?
That formed like on Thursday, and it was here on Friday.
Yeah.
I didn't even have time to get bottled water that day.
No, I mean, it can.
Well, if they move, the slower they move, the more strength they pick up, and the water in the Gulf is warm. And if it's over warm water for any length of time, it's going to strengthen.
I saw Josh Marthers out in the harbor with a thermometer getting the temperature of the water yesterday.
They just have them doing everything, don't
Yeah,
they?
he was hoping it was going up because I think he said it's about 91 degrees.
Where was Rob Fowler, on another cruise?
No, he was up on the. They were getting shots of him up on the rail there by the battery.
Oh, okay.
Because he had a brand new slicker on, because that old one they just worn that video out, so they had some wind blowing and had a water machine blowing, and
Channel 2 is bringing back some serious promos during this hurricane. They had ones with Rob with his mustache and all. Did you see any of
No,
those?
did they
Oh,
really?
yeah, they were bringing back this. He was the only one.
he was
During Hugo.
Yep, he was out there lashed to the rail in that yellow slicker.
That's it, man. They were bringing back old school promos.
6:55.